and she is also a passionate dancer, and she is also having an interesting topic, discovery of dancing Shiva. Put your hands to welcome to Samita.
After the scary tomboy beating the person with a bat, and after another speaker, scaring us with loyalty, rewards, and how we are being cheated. And the next person asking us to think only out of box and scaring that there's not going to be any gravity. The final speaker, Vijay, throwing us a big thing as to who you are. I want to make this ambience a very nice ambience by my speech. It's going to be completely a story. I'm going to transport you all to our history. I still remember the day when I was dancing with 1,000 dancers on the stage. Imagine, it's not one or two. It was with 1,000 dancers I was dancing. And next to me was this huge Nandi, which was carved out of a single granite stone standing next to me. I still get those goosebumps standing before a big Vimana, which is called the temple tower, where it is assumed that the shadow never falls to the ground. It was in this Brigadishwara temple that we were dancing. Toastmasters of the day and my dear friends, when I think about this Brigadishwara temple, a magnificent area the temple is built, I wanted to explore more about this temple. I started Googling. I became interested more and more. I'm going to take you all to the interesting secrets and facts about this wonderful temple. Here, this temple was built by Rajaraja Chola. It's also called Rajarajeshwaram. And he had spent all his years to build this magnificent temple. But coming to the main story, I found a very good secret when I was exploring about this dancing god. Mr. Srinivasan, he belonged to this Archaeological Survey of India. Since this temple was full of heritage and good culture, this came under central government. So Srinivasan acted as the superintendent of this Archaeological Survey. When he started exploring this temple, he always felt that I need at least little amount of visibility for this temple. We have so much of rich culture, so much of rich heritage. I'm talking about 1950. He was so much worried that this was not given the right visibility or exposure to this outside world. He was struggling to get little bit of fund from central government. He was not successful. What he got were few workers to clean the temple and help him day in and day out. One such worker was Sambhu. He was affectionately called Sambhu Mama. What he used to do? He used to take a bit of shower, everything, and cut all the vegetations, unwanted plants which was growing on the temple. Because these weeds and vegetations would spoil the temple, and the life of the temple might go down. So his only job was to every day go cut all the weeds. One day, as usual, he took and he was cutting the vegetation. He found something very peculiar inside. He found a dark, narrow passage. He suspected something. He immediately went to Mr. Srinivasan and said, "Sir, I think I discovered something. There's a passage in the first Vimana when I was cutting the vegetation." Mr. Srinivasan was also thrilled. So he just went and saw and found that there was a narrow passage, a secret passage going inside the first tier of the Vimana. He did not want to explore. So immediately he wrote it to the central government, and 2 or 3 people were given to explore this area. People came, immediately cut all the vegetations here. There was a beautiful door there. They opened the door with so much of difficulty. There were carriers of bats coming out. Imagine a house being locked for 10 days. How much of cobwebs and bats would be there? This precious place was closed for 1,000 years. And there was a huge pile of black mass when they opened the door. You know what it was? It was nothing but bat excreta. It was smelling too much. They were not able to proceed at all. And Srinivasan knew that it's not an easy task with this 2 or 3 people. Immediately, he wrote it to the central government and more resources were provided for Srinivasan. There were workers with right tools where they entered and started chiseling this excreta of bat. This is not a story, my dear fellows. This is history. You know what happened to those workers? Few of them fainted. Few of them were vomiting blood. Few of them were rushed to the nearby hospital for survival. This was the state. Not 1 day, 2 days. After 45 days, they were able to explore or cut open all the excreta. Imagine what they found inside. A treasure house. Gold and silver this side. More than that, beautiful sculptures of Lord Shiva on the wall engraved. Not 1, not 2, 81 sculptures, which was more precious than those gold and silver. Srinivasan found no happiness, He was filled with so much of happiness. He rushed. He told his head of the department to come and view this. It was Ramakrishnan from there who rushed and said that, my God, they were not fascinated by the gold and silver. They were fascinated by the sculptures. This is where India is going to be taken to. This is where the visibility of this wonderful culture of ours is going to be known to the outside world. He said, those were called Karanas, the sculptures of God in different poses. A little bit of a dance. The thumb rule is that Karanas are nothing but poses. But Dr. Padma Subramaniam, the legendary dancer, came down after reading this. She explored. She did for 12 years a thesis on these sculptures and found that these are dance moments of movements. We might imagine why gods have 4 hands. It is just a movement of that moment. They don't have 4 hands. So it was a great discovery, a changing mind to the dancers. For Bharatanatyam, she bought what is called Bharatanatyam. Mr. Srinivasan, who was asking for a small visibility to this wonderful temple, got a gold mine. You know what? UNESCO in 1987 declared this temple as a World Heritage Site. That was a wonderful thing that was given to India, the visibility because of this temple. UNESCO understood our heritage. Have we? Are we still finding out who we are? Or are we encouraging our next generations to know about the culture, to know about the heritage? The next time, when you visit this great Bragadishwara temple, apart from the bhakti with you, please tell your next generation the rich heritage and culture, where we come from, not only from the Neanderthals or from the outside galaxy, but also a big, beautiful heritage that we can cherish of. Over to you.